All right, everybody. I am Steve. This is A is for Alice, B is for Bob, and C is for my collection and the eternal purge I'm going through. I'm in the M's now. Once I am done with the M's on that video, I will give you an update, a count, let you know how many are in my purge pile for that first half of the alphabet. I'm sure that's not an even split of the number of CDs. That's just going to be CDs A through M. So let's get rolling here. Chicago's very own Material Issue International Pop Overthrow. I always forget that part. I think this is my favorite one by them, excuse me, Destination Universe. And then Freak City Soundtrack. These are all keepers, definitely. Moving on to Matthew Ryan, Mayday. I'm going to have to give that a listen, see if I'm keeping that. These are definitely keepers. Matt Mays, the Canadian Tom Petty, as I like to call him. Then we have When the Angels Make Contact. This is probably his weakest one that I'm going to show here. With El Torpedo. And Terminal Romance. Oh, that title track. Talk about an epic song. Coyote. And then what is probably my favorite, Once Upon a Hell of a Time. Matthew Street, Blue Sky on Mars, keeping it. As I'm also keeping his album Girlfriend. Moving on to May Blitz. And we got the self-titled debut and the 2nd of May. Keeping those babies. These are from what? 70 and 71, yeah. Oh, very good album. It's probably my favorite album that Roger McGuinn appears on. That's McGuinn, Clark, and Hillman. I love this album. Sadly, it was the only one they did. Melvin James, The Passenger. This is like 87. It's of its time. I'm saying of its time production-wise, so doesn't have the hair to go with it. The Men, these were also a one-and-done band. Want to check out a great song by them? It's Church of Logic, Sin and Love. I think that's from like 1990. Marin Cadell, Angel Food for Thought. And keeping this because I love her spoken word. She's very clever. Michael Bruce, In My Own Way, The Complete Sessions. Yeah, Michael Bruce of the Alice Cooper Group. Here's Michael DeBar, Carnaby Street. Very good album. It's very Faces-like, I would say. And then The Key to the Universe by Michael DeBar. Keeping that. Michael Fenley, you would know him from Krabby Appleton. You know the song Go Back. This is his very fine solo album, Lane Changer. Keeping that. Michael Monroe, formerly of Hanoi Rocks, Not Faking It. By far his best album. Love that album. Then we have Horns and Halos. Keeping that. And then we have Century Overdrive. Michael Monroe keeping that. And we have his album Blackout States. And his most recent, Outer Stellar. Now take a look. Century Overdrive and Outer Stellar. Got a pair of eyes there. Keeping those. Mick Ronson, Slaughter on 10th Avenue. Fantastic guitarist. You would know him from his time with David Bowie. Play Don't Worry. Definitely keeper. And the tribute album, Heaven and Hell. Mick Taylor of the Rolling Stones. Keeping that. Some VCLT from Matthew Street. Rattled Humming Heart by, what the hell are these guys called again? Oh yeah, the Midnight Callers. Very good album. We got Mr. Mike Campbell of Tom Petty fame. The Dirty Knobs. Where's my other Michael Campbell album? I may have had that under D for Dirty Knobs. Okay, Mike Harrison of Spooky Tooth. Got 3 albums here. Got a self-titled. We've got Smokestack Lightning and Rainbow Rider. 3 albums for the price of 1. So really, if I'm counting that, I've got more than 100 here. Mike and the Mechanics. Definitely a keeper. And then also Living Years. Oh yeah, it's gonna make you cry. Keeping it. Mike Scott of the Waterboys, Still Burning. Keeping it. And Mike Scott, Bring Them All In. Keeping it. Mike Tramp, I believe he was in what, White Lion, I think it was, or is it Europe? I always forget. Anyway, not keeping it. His album Capricorn. And then this album, Maybe Tomorrow. Yeah, not keeping that one either. Mink DeVille, Le Chat Bleu. Keeping it. Then we have Mink DeVille. We got 2 albums on here, right? We're getting Coup de Grace and Where Angels Fear to Tread. Definitely a keeper. And then the self-titled Mink DeVille. Or no, actually it's called Return to Magenta. That's right. Mitch Malloy, forget where he came from, but I listened to it the other day. Not keeping it. I have 2 Christmas albums. One was VCLT from Marsha P., and the other is Mitch Miller. Sing along with Mitch and the gang. Holiday. Keeping it. Always makes me think of growing up. Always that was my mother's go-to Christmas album. All right, Mojo Nixon and Skid Roper. This is Bode Shush. Keeping it. Not because I play it much, but I'm keeping it because it is actually going to end up probably in my Purge pile, but not a true Purge. That's going to be for resale, like on eBay. I think his stuff goes for a very good buck. Mojo Nixon and Skid Roper again. Love that opening track. Debbie Gibson is pregnant with my 2-headed love child. How can't you enjoy a song like that? And then another Mojo Nixon, Skid Roper. What's this called? Frenzy. And then one more, Gadzooks, the homemade bootleg. It's a lot of kind of, quirky songs. And, I mean, like here, the title track, UFOs, Big Rigs, and Barbecue. Then we've got Bring Me the Head of David Geffen, Winnebago Warrior. Closing track, Richard Petty. I'm not getting rid of many here. I'm only at 4, I think. Molly Hatchet. I'm not a big Southern rock guy, and you know what? I never play this. That's gone. Mona. Who did I see? These guys? Oh, opened up for Noel Gallagher. Sound a lot like U2 without all the pretentiousness. Mona, Torches, and Pitchforks. Keep the nose. Here we go. Mogg and Way. That is Phil Mogg and Pete Way of UFO. You know what? Sounds like a UFO album. I'm keeping it. And their other album, Edge of the World. That's a keeper too. We got Monster Magnet, Power Trip. Keeping it. And then Dopes to Infinity. I didn't like this album near as much. That's gone. Matros, the debut. It's a keeper. Anything that Ronnie Matros has his name on, I'm keeping it. Paper Money, definitely. Warner Brothers Presents. This is actually the Japanese version, if you can see the Japanese print there. And Jump On It, and I believe this is also, Jump On It. This is also Japanese. Mean. That's a pretty good comeback, because this was like 87, I think. Long gap in between there. Mother's Army. You hear this lineup? Joel Turner, Bob Daisley, Ainsley Dunbar, Carmine Appice, because they switch out drummers after the first 2 albums, I think. Jeff Watson on guitar. You think, holy cow, this is going to be a great album. Great. I mean, there's actually 3 albums on there. There are their albums, self-titled, Planet Earth, and Fire on the Moon. Actually, the only one I really like is Fire on the Moon. But I'm stuck with keeping that thing because I like the one album. The Moody Blues, when they were known as the Magnificent Moodies, their very first album, keeping it. I'm keeping any Moody's Blues. Moody Blues, Days of Futures Past, got the big hit Nights of White Satin in it. In Search of the Lost Chord, keeping all these Moody Blues. On the Threshold of a Dream, definite. Question of Balance, keeping it. Every Good Boy Deserves Favor, keeping it. Seventh Sojourn, keeping it. And Octave, keeping it. So, got 25 more to go here, whatever there is. Moody Blues, Long Distance Voyage, keeping it. Then Mata Hoople, self-titled debut. Always loved the artwork on that album cover. Definitely a keeper. Any Mata Hoople, anything that Ian Hunter has his name on, it's keeping. Mad Shadows. Brain Capers, keeping it. Wildlife, keeping it. The Comp, Rock and Roll Queen, which they put out after the success of All the Young Dudes for the American audience. There is All the Young Dudes. Then we do Mott, followed up by The Hoople, and then Ian Hunter's gone. So you don't want any Mott Hoople after that, but I think there were only 2 albums after that. Anyway, we got some Motorcycle here, some good trippy modern day music, trippy prog-like. The Tower, they've got a lot of great artwork on their albums. This would not be one of them. This is Here Be Monsters. But I'm keeping all my Motorcycle. This is Ancient Astronauts. And Kingdom of Oblivion. I like that album cover too. Ooh, that could have gone on my black and white one for Sam St. John's thing. All right, The Move. You would know him because of the Roy Wood, Jeff Lynne connection. Self-titled. And we've got Shazam. And then Looking On. Keepers. Definitely keepers. Moxie. Keeping it because that's Tommy Bolin on guitar. He's not an official member. Mud Rock. This is a kind of glam rock. You got the self-titled and Mud Rock Volume 2. And we've got Mudcrutch. I am not a biggest fan of as these 2 albums as most people are. Mudcrutch 2. But they're good enough that I keep them. Let's see. My Morning Jacket. Man, I saw these guys once live, probably back in like 2017. They put on a great show. It Still Moves. This is my favorite album by them. Then we've got Circuital. And what's the song on here that I like? Oh yeah, Holding On to Black Metal. Great song. Then we've got Miles Kennedy in his solo debut, Year of the Tiger. And then got the acoustic demos. So I think there's only one more band left in the M's. So in that next video, I will give you my count. So what do we got here? Got only 6 getting rid of, although the Mojo Nixons will probably be going. So that'll be another 4. That'll get us to 10. So that's it. See you later. Thank you.